It's going to be a really, really interesting Group 3.
But Greg, first up on the mats, Lewis Simpson in our red, Remy Jurgilatis in our blue.
Yeah, both of them from their respective national teams. We've got Lewis from the Scottish national team, -84. He's just turned 18, so he's one of the youngest fighters here in the tournament. But he's Scottish, he can fight. And we've got here a Lithuanian international. Again, Eastern European countries are so strong at karate. Lots of people training karate, good competitors, good in all combat sports. And I hate to be stereotypical, but it happens to be a reality.
Yes, Eastern Europe, you're right, across all combat sports at the moment.
Exactly.
Greg. And as you say that, Jurgilatis proving your point very quick. He almost scored earlier with the kick. He scored now.
Yeah, he's cleared. I've never seen him fight before, but he's clearly of good stock.
And as you said, Lewis, just 18.
Yeah, he's got his work cut out here, Lewis. He's got a seasoned campaigner here.
But what a foundation to build upon here at the 10K.
It is.
Wherever you are, when you go back to Scotland, you're part of the national team and say, they think, oh, the 10K, yeah, I was part of that. That in itself says something, doesn't it?
What it says is that you have fought in one of the toughest open competitions the country has to offer. It's a great commendation.
So the Latvian Jurgilatis.
Well, look, Jurgilatis done the right thing. He came out, he took the initiative, scored points early. He's now up. He's up now 2-0. He had made his attack within the first 5 seconds. Smart fighting. He caught Lewis off guard, and now he's in charge of the fight.
There's something you said, Greg. I'm seeing a pattern here when you and I are watching this. There's something to really be said for that controlled aggression, but going for it. That not throwing caution to the wind, but saying, look, you mentioned it, I'm here to fight. Let's get this done. And the guys that have done that, it's reaped dividends for them.
The term I always like to use, Malcolm, is menace without malice. You must be able to go out there, stare at your opponent and say, you've got a fight on your hands.
Now, that's always been my problem, Greg. I've got the malice without menace. People just look at me and laugh.
Exactly. Well, this is karate competition. You have to have both. You've got to have the ability to score points and the ability to fight if you have to. If you haven't got both, you're playing games.
And, as we mentioned, it's an old cliche and we say it every time, but there's only one person walking away with that check.
Very
Doesn't
much
matter
so.
when you go out.
Yeah.
There's
Very
just one
true.
check.
Very true. One check, one big check. And it's moving closer to some of these athletes now, especially Group 1 and 2. Let's see who comes out of this one. But this Lithuanian chap, he can fight.
And the point I'm making there as well, though, Greg, is so knowing that should help you fight with a bit more freedom. If I'm going to go out in the first round or the final, I've still not got the £10,000. I'm going to go out
I'm going to go out fighting. Very true. Very true, Malcolm.
And it looks like Remy Jurgilatis has taken that to heart.
He has. However, good point there scored by Lewis.
Oh, that was solid.
It was, yeah.
You said the Latvians, the Eastern Europeans.
Yeah, he's Lithuania's finest.
Sorry,
clearly.
Lithuanian, not Latvian.
No
Lithuanian.
Lithuania's finest, and again, he can fight. We can clearly see that. Warning there, a little bit too much contact, but I doubt if that's going to stop him. Here we go. Again. This is what I would call beating someone up within the rules, which is effectively what he's doing.
Yeah.
Lewis has just turned 18, and he's recognising what it's like to be a senior now.
He's on shaky feet as well.
Yeah, it's moving into senior competition. You've got to be ready, because what you did as a junior means little to nothing when you go to senior level, because they're there to fight.
And I understand now exactly what you mean about menace without malice. Jurgilatis is letting him know you're in the big leagues.
Exactly.
Now.
He's just fighting him, and he's scoring points, and he's hitting him hard. And yes, he's going to get a warning for that, but he hasn't hit him ridiculously hard. It was just a little bit, could have done him just a little bit more control. But what he's also done is thrown him around like a rag doll. Swept him, punched him on the floor. Even whether he's scoring or not, it doesn't matter. Lewis is in a fight, and he's being warned for it as well. Oosh again, ducking his head again. Look at this, is what I mean. This Lithuanian is not looking for the referee, he's looking at his opponent.
Exactly. Lewis looked away when he thought he'd scored the point. Remy just kept going.
And now he's just been warned for it. And that's it, done.
Good call, Greg.